Let's see this making of.
Filming.
I've just started.
Do I talk to you or the camera?
Whatever you're more comfortable with.
For however idiosyncratic or different, weird.
Yeah, Jack makes this stuff.
Like the real purpose of
Like
it
makes the
is
modeling.
to be
Talha does the
entertaining.
programming.
It's all kind of in the quest for fun.
And I would say, treat me like someone who's just stepped into your office in a non-threatening way.
Okay.
In a non-threatening way. Wow. I feel like they made more for Judaro. I think like Judaro is overall a bigger game than this one. But I think they were like trying a different thing, which was really good to see.
Positive.
Yes.
Hopeful. Cute world.
Kind of a messed up trash world. But it's also about robots that are just happy to exist in any kind of world state, basically.
Oh, that's so
The
interesting.
sea
To
is
put it that way.
the world is covered in rubbish, but they kind of revel in it. It's like, yes.
They know how to be happy. They know how to keep themselves
I love
busy.
that. Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Throwing away objects for us, like old empty bottles, become decorations, or traffic cones become decorations. Hey, look what I found, a nice old stop sign or something like that.
From the
Can I
outside,
pause?
it's
Can I
about
pause?
robots who are in a really bad situation, but nothing about their actual existence actually shows any kind of existential dread or anything like
Where's my
that.
mouse?
They're just like, oh, happy. I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna find minerals. I'm
Can
going
I
to build
pause?
stuff. I'm going to help other robots, and we're going to be a community. We're going to explore.
But
So
where's
it's
my mouse?
Kind of about finding the positive in a messy world.
Oh, that one, that line, dude.
So unbelievable.
But yeah, them talking about the world, just like the robots
The
learning
world
to
of
be happy
Mashina
with what they
is
existed. That was like
positive,
when we got to that line, I was like,
hopeful,
wow.
Cute world.
Also, the
kind
part
of
where they're
a
designing things out of trash.
messed up
You do not
trash world.
get that kind of philosophy
But it's also
without being a person who makes
about
stuff.
robots that are just happy
with
to
this.
exist in any kind of
And
world
it's so,
state.
it's actually
The
really
sea
cool to
is
see.
slime. The world.
Like,
is
I wasn't the
covered in
only
rubbish.
one who thought like that.
They kind of revel.
Because
in
when I
it.
was a kid,
It's
I would
like,
make stuff out of stuff. Out of trash.
They know how to be happy. They know how to keep themselves busy.
Mashina, I love this little island we live on.
throwing away objects for us, like old empty bottles, become decorations, or traffic cones become decorations. Hey, look what I found, a nice old stop sign or something like that.
I love that. I love that so much.
From the outside, it's about robots who are in a really bad situation, but nothing about their actual existence actually shows any kind of existential dread or anything like that. They're just like, oh, happy. I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna find minerals. I'm going to build stuff. I'm going
so
to help
cute.
other robots, and we're going to be a community. We're going to
We're
explore.
going to be a
So it's
community.
kind
Yes.
of about finding the positive in a messy world.
I love that. It's so similar to Judaro, but it's also a different message. Thanks, Yuzuki. Also, hi.
A kind of John Waters jubilation in, you know, reveling in filth.
Watch it, Mashina. Look at all this ruddy mud. It's ruddy everywhere.
Oh, reveling
There
in
was a
filth. I
bit
love that.
of technical experiment that I wanted to do about, I wonder how
Diggy
it would
boy.
be if I 3D generated meshes that you were kind of digging through. Which means it's just like a 3D digging simulator, right? And that was kind of in the back of my brain, like how can I turn
Hi.
this into some kind of
Good.
digging game?
I want to say morning, because, you
We
know,
were kind of
good morning,
looking around
but
with
also
Jack to be like,
it's
what
like the
can we
afternoon for both of us. I
collaborate
think.
on. Me and my wife, we were playing
Death Stranding. That's so
And I was like,
cool.
well,
I
there's
can
a lot
see
of
it though. I
interesting
can see
mechanical
why.
design in this game about
Yeah,
connections,
yeah.
doing all sorts of interesting
Oh
things,
my God,
basically,
wait.
like
That's
having a
actually so
community
true.
of people doing something. And I was thinking, how can I get some of those mechanics,
Wait, what time is it?
but make it about digging, essentially? And then from there,
Oh,
we
yeah, it is
kind of
evening.
said, okay, I really, really want to make a happy game.
It's
instead of
actually very Death
dark game or
Stranding
horror
in
game,
concept.
Right? We want to
Wow.
focus on really happy feelings, like no stress.
Okay, I've got another mission for you. It's very important. Can you find me
Kevin.
Kevin and give him this baked potato? I
It's so
think it will
cute.
really cheer him up.
even when we come up with new mechanics, we're like,
Hole enjoyer,
does this
yes.
cause any kind of stress
I
for the
enjoy
player?
every hole
Because
I can
if
get
it
into.
does, we're not going to use it. And those are the kind of design goals that we came up with.
Oh, a baked potato. That's really cheered me up.
Hi.
Thanks for the
This is
clip.
my workspace.
I
This
was
is
expecting
my,
that.
I guess someone called it a wet table. It's where I do all my messy stuff with like super glue and
Also, his studio is like
nail polish
much cleaner than when
remover.
I saw it than when we saw it in Judaro.
Rust in a bottle. So I got this idea for this is final design for a character here.
This is the final design for a character. Oh, they're called Mimi,
And
and
let's
it's
have a look
literally
at
a ball. That's so
how I've been
cool.
making characters. So characters like this, I get bits and bobs, shall we say? So here's my bits and bobs drawer. I've got
Ah, they're
slew
runners.
of like air fixed things, which I might stick to them. Some old Meccano. which has
Meccano, that's what those
nice
are
kind of,
called. I had like
structural
fake versions of that.
things. Use wire. That's for this one. For this one, I use a type of
Foam clay. Oh wow, it's just like a tub.
which is very light, so the models are able to.
No way, they
stand
actually
and
can't
things like
stand.
that. And I've made casts using this blue stuff of interesting kind of metallic shapes from toys, from like
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures.
figures and stuff like that, like sewer grate and things like this.
That makes sense.
And then
Okay.
some of them I just kind of free mold and then stick a bit of
Yeah.
circuit board on some or something like that. And
Takanwen
then
in
a lot
his
of it
chest.
comes down to how it's painted to kind of give it a metallic effect. Here it looks very like old rusted metal.
Oh, it pivots on the hips.
Here's kind of a glossy, oily look, just varnished with a satin sheen or something like that. My style and aesthetic is unconventionally ugly, is what I call it. The kind of charm in the
I think
bloody
in Judaro it
nature.
emphasized that more
Not
because Mashina's
quite
stuff is very
amateur.
cute.
But definitely amateur adjacent. Yeah, for this character, we're going to be using foam clay. Foam clay is nowhere near as detailed, but gives a nice rounded finish. And a lot of the robots I want to look quite cute. So it can be quite stringy, so you have to pull it off and it kind of snaps.
Ooh.
I think if I look at my design, it's very simple, just with some shoulder pads. So what can I use? Here's I like to have lots of bits and bobs.
Is he gonna make
around,
Mimi on
so
the
that
thing?
I
On
can
here? While we
look at my
watch?
table and think, okay, here's a little tire from a truck. That would make a nice shoulder pad, I think. Oh, I'm right. That makes it fantastic. And then this is like a yogurt thing. And I think that would make a nice shoulder pad. Yes.
Yes.
So I find there's something cute
That's
about
so
asymmetry.
cool.
Ooh. Now if you look there, the impression that's made is quite nice. So I'm going to keep that. Looks a bit weird. Oh, there we are. Look. We got an impression from the tire. We got an impression from there. That makes nice shoulder pads. I like ugliness, and I find things which other people
I love that line.
find, aesthetically pleasing, rather kind of tasteless and ugly and naff. So we're gonna be using.
But yeah, here he's
impressions for
making
this
cute
and
stuff. In Judaro, there was stuff that was like
circle for the
legitimately
base.
ugly,
There we go.
and they couldn't appeal
I'm
through their
happy with these
their
shoulder
cuteness. But
bits.
this one, I think
I
they're
might
all just
like
very cute.
Some kind of.
So the designs
sharper
are
lines.
more appealing in a
So
general
just going
sense,
to very gently sculpt them in.
which might be like a design challenge for him actually.
It looks a bit Pokeball. It's a good design. So that's going to be the basic body of Mimi, with the little face in the middle. I'm going to leave that to dry in the sun over here. Basically, you just need to get the water out.
Yeah. Okay.
foam
It's the
clay.
same as like
And now we
usual
need
clay.
cute little arms and legs. I've kind of discovered that boxing gloves are kind of cute.
Yes, because they're very rounded. That's why I have
So we're gonna give
blob
her
arms.
boxing
Because they're
gloves.
easy to make and they're actually
Let
just
me
like easy
find
to make
some
cute.
wire. Here's some wire.
Is that a keyboard?
We want her to have quite short, stubby arms, so she's a quite contained shape. And I'm just going to mold little boxing gloves. The key to cuteness, I found, is being soft shapes and roundedness. Now I love it when that happens. So if you can see, you start getting textures in the
Oh.
clay. I try and always
What's he
keep
making?
them,
Oh, right, a
as
glove.
it kind of adds a personality to it.
Oh.
It's going to lose its shape if I just lay it down.
Wait,
It'll
what
have
does
one
that
big flat
do?
edge. I'm just going to stick it in a bit of
So I need to be around,
modeling
yes.
clay, plasticine sort of thing. It might be a
You
bit
need to be
more-
around with boxing gloves to be cute, basically.
Alright, it's a cartoony kind of game. Here we are. And she's got tiny little feet I can see from my design. Now, my general boot design for this game,
I'm guessing
it's very
tube and then
simple.
with an extrusion. Yeah.
little witchy boots. Like that.
Cute.
Almost all characters have boots like that. Here's Mashina's little boots. I think it's a cool design. I would like to see more boots like that in real life.
The cool thing about Jack's art is that it creates a kind
Yes. To me, it actually like
nostalgia,
really hits that nostalgia
of,
for
but
me.
not in a video game
yeah.
sense. It's in a kind of a
Like actual
I'm a
toys
child
for me.
playing with action figures type of sense.
Yes.
Right.
That's exactly what
And
it does for
from
me.
that, I think comes really innocent and really nice feelings.
One thing which I like to have is just things on hand and to kind of inspire me. So if I look in here, I can find some tiny, very strong
Oh, yeah.
magnets. Who knows what I'll use them for. The little tiny
Oh,
head
what's
which I
that?
made could be good for something, I'm sure.
It looks like something
A
from
bit
Judo.
scary for this game. I never really kind of get writer's block or whatever the model making equivalent is, because I can always just reach into here and find, okay, I'm going to use some colored liquid latex.
Oh, that's
and
cool. Just
some
having the
of,
stuff there.
Splinter's weapons from the new
Like building your
Teenage
environment
Mutant Ninja Turtles figurines.
to actually
make from that is,
make your
anybody's idea,
creation,
but I know
your
it will be
creativity
fun to
flow.
make. And I think that will come through in the final thing.
Also, do we have the
What else
same
is in here?
keyboard stand?
Living doll, professional oven baked clay. I think there's something just fundamentally creepy about that. I go for handmade things because it's just what I find the most straightforward way to create things. Really.
Yeah, in
I don't want to
Judor
be
you can really
disparaging
see that
to
instead of like,
any
let's
other
3D
way
model a
of
thing.
making things.
They just like, no, I'll
For me,
just
this
make
is
an
by
actual
far the
thing.
easiest, and by far the most engaging. And it allows for me a very understandable sense of experimentation and play, where you're not quite sure what the material is going to do, how the paint's going to react to the oil and the clay, these sorts of things.
You immediately connect with it. You can see the fingerprints on things. Oh yeah, that's
And they're
human.
okay. Wait, it's just hitting me.
And it
They're
comes
just using a
into
phone.
Game design as well.
That's
where
so cool.
We kind of started to talk
Like,
about
no big fancy
just
camera,
the mechanical side
just
of
literally a
games
phone.
As like, is this human enough? You know, is this interaction interesting enough? Is it making you laugh? Is it making you feel something? Or is it just purely mechanical, where it's kind of by the numbers or boring? So we're always trying to come up with jokes to make each other laugh, or always trying to come up with interesting stuff.
That's one thing that I really like
you know,
about their
connects to
partnership.
that
They feel
art
like they're
style. So
just
a
legit
huge,
trying
huge,
to
huge
entertain
part
each
of
other.
Our identity is that art style, and that's all Jack essentially.
Look, I was working some really bad 0-hour contract jobs. I realized, look, I got to do something, so I went to study art. You know, you need a good pragmatic degree if you want to do something, so I went to study art to kind of hone some techniques. I went with a portfolio of paintings to art college, and very quickly realized that I was more interested in conveying meaning through the medium rather than doing a painting or anything like that.
That makes
So I was
sense.
interested in making objects, something between installation and graffiti.
That one looks cool. That
Rewiring
face one
telephones and
popping
hiding
out.
them
That was
about.
cool.
And hoping people might find them, documenting that sort of, those weird kind of things. But at the end of the degree, I had a very peculiar skill set.
Is he pumping a balloon with an accordion, or is he just like no? He's just
And
matching it. Okay.
I was wondering what I could do with this, and my first idea was to do some kind of interactive theatre where a person, I almost said player,
Interesting.
a player would go into it and find
Interactive
different
theater.
routes, and the story would be revealed to them.
That's
in a very
basically a
non-linear
visual
way.
novel.
Of course, I didn't have the budget to do interactive theatre, and I thought, hey, I like video games. I could maybe sort of blend my ideas with that. So I started very simply with a RPG Maker. I entered a competition, a Halloween competition, perfect for my interests, and I won. I won with a kind of claymation romp through Dante's Inferno, where it touched on everything from
Amy Winehouse
to Sylvia Plath.
Oh, that looks good. These are the Baxter twins with blood on there or something. Oh wow! Flashing lights, I guess.
I realized how fun it was in the early
That definitely felt like
2010s,
proto Judero.
that you could just put everything into a game. And okay, certain audiences didn't appreciate it, but I was having a lot of fun.
Oh, what is this?
So I carried on making
Dujana?
little games,
Johanna.
and I found it's a medium which keeps on giving to me, and I can keep on progressing and finding new things to say in the medium as well.
Oh, B-Swing. This one I have, but I haven't played yet.
In rural Scotland.
For me, it's this wonderful cross-section of
I didn't know. I
entertainment
thought B-Swing would
and
actually be their
capital
first
A
one.
art. And it's contemporary as well.
May the night
What is this?
From my degree, I was doing sound practices, I was making stuff using different materials, from latex to casting.
Oh, that's all so
to
cool. I'm so
traditional
jealous, dude.
Representational drawing. And video games was a place where I could bring all these things together.
Yeah.
In a way, each video game is just a kind of documentation of the work I'm doing at the moment. And then that brings me to Judero and Mashina, where I started working with the very talented Talha Kaya.
It takes a different kind of
I started to
programmer
make games when I was
to like embrace all of
12
Jack's
years
like
old, it must be.
stuff.
So back
and then
then,
thinking
I
we
was
can make a
living
game out of
in
this.
my original country, Turkey, and I couldn't really speak English.
Really? His English is
So
great.
when I downloaded a software called Game Maker, which is a program that you can use without having to write code, but like obviously all the UI and stuff is in English. So that was kind of the biggest challenge at first. Like as a kid who doesn't speak English, how can I make games? And it took years and years to actually get anything done at that state. From there, it kind of opened my eyes to, oh, I can actually make some really small 2D things. And as soon as I started to share these things, it became even more interesting.
I wish
Like,
there was a year, because I
few
want to see
magazines
when
that
he
would
made these.
cover these things as games that were made by a child, right? And then that kind of triggered, okay, well, maybe I can find some kind of career in this game design thing.
2013.
And so I studied computer engineering, I learned coding and stuff, and throughout university years I did some Flash games. So it used to be
2014.
like you would make a Flash game and you would get it sponsored and you could make some
Remember
decent
Flash?
money out of it. So that's kind of how I started to make money out of indie games essentially. Otherwise it was just like a hobby thing.
What is this? 2017. Okay.
And then I did a few internships at different companies, and I just kept making games. Even though I had jobs and
16.
stuff after university, I was making my own games at nights or at weekends, or maybe sometimes I had a part-time job, so I had more time to work on my games essentially. So yeah, there's some in the background, and I
Yeah, he
even
has
have
Ode
like
to Pixel
years
right
on
up
them.
there.
I suppose the biggest one is Soul Search.
Soul Searching.
Yeah, there we go. Soul Searching.
Kaya Bros. That's so Judero. That's so Judero. I was raised on Flash TV. Hi Jess. How are you feeling? That's so
That
Judero.
one came out in 2017, and that one's about like having a small boat and going from island to island, and it's kind of the
That's
method,
basically
it's
the
kind
midsection of
about leaving your
Judero.
own country to live somewhere else, which is what I did. I had plenty of experimentation with different types of games throughout the years.
Still sick, but how is
essentially
you?
my main role,
We
my
just
main
finished,
skill is to
depending on
code
how long
games,
this is.
but
I think
I've been
15 minutes in
making
now.
games for
Well,
so
like we
long that I'm
finished
kind
like
of
a few minutes
used
ago.
to all parts
And
of
this
it
is
now.
like
Yeah, I had
making
a
of
hand
video.
in sound design, music, even art a little bit. Yeah, if the art style is easy
Feel better
enough, I
soon,
can
though.
do it, essentially, is how that is.
What is this? What is this? 2022.
I had a Tumblr, a game blog on Tumblr, where I was just
Judero
reaching
was
out
2024
to
last year.
people that I thought were cool. Like, oh, that guy makes some cool games. I wonder if I send him a random blind Twitter DM or whatever. I wonder if I could interview them, right?
Oh, that's so cool.
Jack was one of these people that I got to interview because I just always thought that his games were really cool and there was just nothing else like it out there. So there was a lot of curiosity about him as
What
a
is
creator.
this?
And from that interview, we kind of became friends and we started to help with each other's projects throughout the years.
It came to a point where I was like, hey, shall we try and make
I
something
don't know why
together,
I'm looking
something
into it.
beyond
It's
what
very them.
either of us
This is
could do
Judero,
individually.
2024.
And we have very similar.
But like, yeah, when
sense
you
of
look at
humor
Judero, there's like
and
stuff that's
an
actually
ability
just
to
straight
make
up
fun of
ugly,
ourselves. Yeah, but a very
and that's
kind
just
of
the
similar
aesthetic.
design principles
But for
as well.
here, they were like
It
trying to
seems
make
like
actually
a
cute
good
things,
fit where
which
you're
I think
really
was
good
a
at
design
art and I'm good
limitation
at coding.
challenge.
So why don't we just like try to do this together? And that's when Judero happened.
I wonder how they came up with the concept. Judero's so
Talha
cool. Judero's
has
so cool.
skills which I just don't have. We complement each other quite well, I think.
I think our partnership works really well, so we just keep coming up with new projects to do together.
Our first game, Judero, was made with similar kind of practices of
That was their first
incorporating
game together.
models
That's
and
so
traditional
wild.
stop motion techniques into a video game using billboarded sprites and things, which we've adapted and evolved into Mashina. We're using what we learned through Judero and taking it in a kind of different direction to entertain our curiosities. The modeling techniques are a bit more advanced, or at least are expressing something a bit different this time. And the gameplay and the game loop. is
Yeah, there's
obviously quite
there's like
different,
much more
although
game
we're
in this
borrowing
one.
a lot of things from Judero.
Oh, hello, Mashina.
It's so
How are
cute.
you today?
They were posting these as like
Ooh, you're very
trailers
excited
before
because you're going to
the
have a
big
visitor.
game
So
announcement.
this is my finished model table. It's towards the end of the development, so it's looking a bit of a mess. I sometimes set it up all nicely, but we have our main characters.
Hylix. Oh yeah,
um,
Hylix was also
which
stop
are
motion,
added
which I
thread
didn't
to, so I can
know
use them
until
like
like they got
marionettes.
featured together as like
That's for little
this
teaser
game is a
videos.
stop motion
This
game.
is
This game's also a
Kako.
stop motion game.
She's like the big sister to Mashina. She's
Nice and yellow.
nice and yellow.
It's Kako. Hello, Kako. Hello, Mashina. Give us a hug.
Ah, they're hugging.
We have even things like the UI elements.
Yeah,
in the
this
game
one
are
looked
even
really
handmade
cool.
with these effects. The green's cut out, but you just see this metal. Textures
So
in the
cute, I
game
know.
are often made like this is the slime texture where I'll photograph it and take
Oh,
enormous amount
wild.
off so that you can see it's sort of based on something
That's
tactile.
so
This is the
wild.
conveyor belt textures, backgrounds and platforms in the game.
Okay, that one I was
use
expecting to be
I
really
kind of
real.
crudely paint up this MDF. I think it's from like war games or something. I'm not sure what it's from.
It looks very nice around here, Mashina. I love all your decorations.
To balance all these plates, we have to be very disciplined. We have to have very clear to-do lists, so very clear milestones, and we have to be honest with each other to say whether we're going to meet them or not. Sadly, we need to cut stuff which we know is not going to be viable or not going to be achievable.
Dang, I wonder what
It's
they had
really
to
nice
cut
that
from
it's
this.
just 2 people and me on the coast side and
I'm
Jack on
wondering
the
if
other
there were
side.
more
We
islands
are
that
both
they were
really
planning to make.
comfortable in our fields, and we don't have to really
Because 3
clash on
islands feels like...
anything really, especially because our game design sensibilities are so similar. Like, as soon as we give each other notes, we're like, oh yeah, of course, I should do that, because that's just how to make a better game.
Because I
It's way
feel like
more efficient
4
being a
is like
small
an
team.
integral number in
Not
the game
only
for some
are you
reason.
tighter with
So I
what
thought there were
you
going to be
know you
4
can do,
islands.
but you're also very tight because you
There's
know
the rocket
what's
ship.
not achievable. Hey, we're not going to be able to have very detailed 3D models, but let's lean into our strengths, and that's what's going to make this game as enjoyable as it can be.
It's so cool that they're
Alongside
like
my wet
new,
table, I
quote
also have
unquote
my
new,
kind of dry
new
space.
studio,
This is,
but there's so much
where I do
experience
lots of my kind of technical
behind the both
work,
of
my
them that
computer-based
collectively
work.
it
I
just
have my
and collectively they just make it
music-making
work.
stuff here, like my tambourine, my melodica, my synthesizer here, and my MIDI keyboard here. I also got this thing, which is a little sampler. I have my effects pedals as well, microphone, audio
Whoa, wait,
interface.
that's a...
Vocal
many channels
effects
is that?
thing for doing voice acting stuff. I got this really nice old like 70s microphone which has this weird quality to it. And yeah, my computer. Let's see my to-do list. Let me see what Tal has been doing.
Bro's working off a gaming laptop.
Sushi mission.
That's wild.
All decorations functional. Great. So yeah, we do the work in Unity.
There's a yeah,
You can
like
see
that's
this is one of the hubs of
that's
the
one
game.
of the core things that I
Rocket
felt
over
when
there.
I saw when I was like playing Judero. I was like,
Taking the
whoa, these
textures
people just
from
like making stuff, and I was like,
them
ugh.
onto a
Here I
3D
think that's
object
like a
here.
bigger message
Yeah, you know, it's
where you make
charmingly-
stuff and then share it with
charming,
other
shall we say.
people, and then you find stuff, share it with other
Charmingly
people. Other
crude.
people make stuff for each other, and then like they said at the
Unconventionally
very
ugly. I
beginning,
think that's-
it's about
that's
building
the
community.
to
It's
go
like
for. When it comes to game making, we'll have an object such as this bottle. This little water bottle.
oh, it's the design bot.
I'll
Yeah.
photograph it in various ways, and we'll
Dude, I
take
can't get
4 or
over
5
that they're just
different
taking photos with their
photographs of it
phones.
so that then
Like
we can
literally
make
just
a normal
phones.
map
That was so
from
cool.
it. Then when we put it in game, we can give it a mesh, and it'll have this nice dynamic lighting. If we turn it round, it'll have a wee shadow. It'll have something similar to, I don't know, it looks a bit blurry, but it's very small. It'll have something of the dynamic lighting which you'll have in real life. It's billboarded, so it's always facing the character.
Oh, that's
Do
what
the
that
3D
meant.
Sprites or,
Billboarded.
Duke Nukem 3D sprites or something like that.
Attention, Mashina! What jolly rotter put all this mud down here? If I ever find the blighter who made this muddy mess, well, it doesn't bear thinking about.
I wonder if there were so many more characters.
So Mashina's credits.
It's
I was,
like half of them.
putting together the other day, and it just made me laugh because I made a list of all the characters in the game. So there's
Golly.
like 10 different people doing 10 different cool characters or something.
It's so
and
bright.
then it starts saying this character Jack, this character Jack, Jack, and so it's like keeps going on with Jack for like 15 characters or something silly like that. And then even with all his efforts, I needed to do some because it's just kind of unmanageable, and I am kind of worried
There was
about
also
my
a
accent
recording
and stuff
booth.
when it comes to
It's so
voice
cool,
acting.
dude.
But hopefully it's decent
My
enough that
favorite
it
part
doesn't
is they don't actually have like
devalue the work.
booths.
I did
Like where
6
Jack
characters,
was
I
like,
think,
we're
in
showing off his
Mashina.
keyboards. I think that's literally where he recorded his lines. Music is great. 2, food is delicious. 3, chums are the best. Robotics.
We have friends and compadres and comrades
Like they're
who
not,
do voice acting as favors.
they're not
My
stuck
little
by
boy
like, I
does
need
some
this thing to be
voices
very
for the game.
professional, blah 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 blah. They just like make stuff, which is, you know, for me
When
that's
it
like
comes
so
to
hard to do.
voice
Like I just want to
acting
make,
or
you just want to make
making
the thing.
music, it almost feels like a
And then
holiday
you
for
start
me, because
like
it's like
locking
I have a
yourself
craft there
in.
that
I want to
just
pause this while I'm
record
chatting, but
myself
like
and
I
do
can't find the
music and
pause
stuff.
button.
Even though it's like only a
Like you just
meter
want to
away
make the
from the
thing,
computer,
but
it
your
feels
brain
like
gets
a
stuck
holiday,
with
you know?
trying to prepare.
So
No,
I'm
it
not
has to be
looking
like
at a
very
big
clean, very professional,
Visual
very blah 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 blah.
Studio screen
It's so cool.
with a lot of code on. I get to do like funny voices and stuff, which is really different from programming. So yeah, I do really enjoy it.
Look here. This is literally where he just does it. Daddy showing us favorites.
We're having a lot of fun with the soundtrack. It's almost like we're making loads of little concept albums. You find a radio in the game and you can tune into
That one's so
different radios.
cool. They have like so many musical styles. But like yeah, there's a lot of people who I think so like it's not just you and me,
radio
Jess.
station we've kind of made.
It's like I
Sometimes
feel like
we
there's a lot of
use
people who get
podcasters,
stuck with that.
YouTubers, whatever, streamers,
Like feeling that
to
I
be
need this to be
radio hosts.
professional.
This is Sneam Machine with That Looks Lovely.
We've got Guitar FM, where Tal has done some nice guitar work.
I like that they're both doing music too.
A lot of my work on the soundtrack is basically music I've not heard before, kind of futuristic amalgamations.
There was some
Like
electronic
Gothic
stuff
Country
at
was
like
something
one
I
of the
wanted to
stations that I
hear
really
with a
like.
kind of dreaminess to it, with warm synths introducing things, then pulling back to hear very traditional country and western, except with almost like Cradle of Filth lyrics.
I couldn't even tell the lyrics.
And then the techno or electronic kind of music, very abrasive, but somehow kind of addictive or kind of beguiling. What's it going to do next? This kind of sense to the music.
By the way,
But
it just
all
makes
essentially music which can be passive as you play.
Wait, can
can
I?
engage
Wait,
you
I'll tab
as much
and
or
not
as little
ruin
as you
things.
want.
Okay, I can.
How about this one?
Ayo.
No, not that one. Definitely not.
At the moment, I'm thinking it's just such an awesome game. Love making games, and it's so cool that we're almost made another really individual work, and we managed to make it in such a nice timeline. I love the world. I think it would be cool to explore this world again sometime in the future. Yeah, no, I'm really in love
Mashina
with the
too.
work.
One day, I will
That's like
invent
one
a way
great
to
thing
love things
too.
twofold,
I
because
love my
at
work.
the
That's
moment,
so cool
I
to
simply
hear.
couldn't love it a squidgen more.
And another thing which is, I've been showing my kids the game. It's a very child-friendly game. And the little one said,
Can we consider
"You know
Jotaro
what's gonna happen in
child-friendly?
Mashina 3. Tell me! I don't know what happened to Mashina 2. He's 5 as well. You should be able to choose your character. Oh god, that's such a good idea. You should be able to customize your character. And like a blue robot with rocket shoes. Yeah. Damn, why don't we think of that?
That would be
The
cool.
kind of
That would actually be
secret
cool.
mission of this company.
I'm
is
wondering
like,
how many
how
they can
many
make though.
different games can we achieve with this art style? Because usually when someone goes with this type of art style, is very story heavy. It's usually a point and click type of adventure game. It's very like scene based. Slow,
That's what I really liked
you
about
know,
Judaro.
that type
It
of
felt
stuff.
like
But
paced.
like we
I said this
wanna
before, right?
show the flexibility of this art style, where it's
It
like,
was paced.
like you can kind of make it work with every
It was like a visual
genre
novel
that
paced
you
by
want,
the
you know?
gameplay.
We have to think about the next project, right? So we were prototyping Mashina during the work on Judaro. Like, obviously don't want to reveal too much, but we've already got the next
Let's
ideas
go.
and very different kind of things. I guess if we're thinking in a slightly abstract way, Judaro was our morning game, like dewy grass, and it was set in the past. So we wanted to kind of move away from that, so we have a kind of a daytime game in the kind of full sunlight. And
Oh,
it's
that's a
set in
cute
the
way of putting
future.
it.
So with our next game, we kind of want to think about, well, how does it relate to these sorts of themes? And how do we do something different from that?
Oh, that looks so fun. I have no idea how to use synths. Oh, he's the editor too. Because I remember one of the stretch goals was this documentary. I don't think they reached the goal, but the guy said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna make it anyway." It's so organic. It's so organic. There's no other way, no other word I can think of. I think everything that they put into the game is so
Great.
organic. And you need both of them, right? Like every time you look at a video game is art and programming, just like Jack is art, then Tal has programming. It's so easy to say that like all that organic art stuff is from Jack, but you know, here they both do music. But like at the same time, you need someone like Talha to be able to get all of Jack's ideas and structure it, make it a game, basically. Oh, that's so cool that they have that kind of partnership. Because those are super rare.